children, good morning. How is it going? Have you been to a beach? Most of us have visited beaches. Here, Raju has come for a vacation with his family in an isolated island. He is enjoying a walk with his mother and watching lot of coconut trees. He is wondering how these coconut trees are grown in this isolated island without being planted by someone. Are you also astonished about this? Don't worry children, let's discuss about it. Welcome all of you to our EVS class. Children, what have you noticed from this forest? How did these trees grow in the forest? Do you think somebody has sown the seeds or planted the trees? No, the plants are not grown by anyone. They are grown by themselves from the seeds. Well, you will be amazed that not always the seeds are sown by people. Many a time seeds move away from the parent plant and reach a distant place and get proper condition to germinate and grow into a new plant. And what is germination? When a seed is sown into moist soil, it begins to grow. This process is called germination. It occurs in the following steps. The seed pod splits. A tiny root grows downwards and a shoot grows upwards. This produces a seedling of a plant which ultimately grows into a new plant. After some time, the plant bears flowers. The flowers produce fruits and the fruits have seeds in them. All seeds can germinate when sown in moist soil under suitable conditions to produce new plants. Children, now we have seen how a plant has grown from a seed. Do the seeds move by themselves? No, there are certain agents to help them to move. Here we have seen the water helps the coconut to move from one place to another. This is how so many coconut plants are grown in the island where Raju has visited. Seed dispersal. Seed dispersal is the movement, spread or transport of seeds away from the parent plant. Seed dispersal is important for the growth of plants. Do you know why? Seeds need suitable conditions of soil, air, water and sunlight to grow. If all the seeds fall on the ground near the parent plant, they will not get enough food, water and sunlight to grow. Children, now you know what is seed dispersal and how important it is. Do you know how it is dispersed? Seeds of some plants like pea and bean have pods and the seeds burst out when they ripen and pod has dried and disperse on their own. This method of dispersal is known as dispersal by explosion. Lady's finger, poppies are other examples. In contrast, there are seeds of certain plants that need some agents for their dispersal. These agents include wind, water and animals. First, let's watch dispersal by wind. Seeds of certain plants are carried by wind. Cotton seeds are very light and are dispersed by wind. Likewise, seeds of dandelion have hair-like projection and hence carried by wind. Similarly, maple seeds have wings-like structure and are dispersed by wind. Dispersal by water. Plants that grow near or in water bodies disperse their seeds through water. The fruits of lotus and water lily have small hollow spaces that enables them to float on water. Coconuts have a fibrous covering that make it light. Ripe coconuts which fall naturally into water are carried to far-off islands. Next, dispersal by animals. Fleshy and juicy fruits are eaten by man and animals and the seeds are thrown away after eating and dispersal. Birds eat the fruits of banyan, fig and peepal tree. They swallow the seeds along with the fruits. These seeds come out with the bird droppings. Fruits of caltrop, chaff flower, and mimosa have thorns and spines. Seeds of tiger claw plant have hooks. These stick onto the fur or skin of the animals and even on our clothes and hair. Children, why is dispersal of seeds important? Let us perform an activity. Take few seeds and two pots. Fill both the pots with garden soil. In one pot, sow 2 or 3 seeds only. In other pot, sow 20 to 25 seeds very close to each other. Water both the pots regularly. Observe and record the growth of new plants. Children, we have seen various types of seeds. Now let's learn about various types of leaves. In our surrounding, there are different types of leaves in different types of trees like mango, jackfruit, papaya, etc. The arrangement of leaves are also different. The leaves are of different shapes and size. Likewise, their arrangement on stem are also different. The arrangement of leaf on a stem of a plant is called phyllotaxy, and it is divided into 3 types: opposite, alternate, whorled. First, alternate phyllotaxy. A single leaf arises from each node in alternate manner. Examples: hibiscus, sunflower, mango. As you can see, only one leaf arises from one node and each leaf alternates with each other. Second, opposite phyllotaxy. A pair of leaves arise from same node which lie in opposite direction. Examples: guava, calotropis. Here we can see a pair of leaves arising from same node which align opposite to each other. Next, whorled phyllotaxy. A set of 3 or more leaves grow from the same node. Examples: Nerium oleander, Astonia scolaris. Here we can see a set of leaves grow from the same node. Activity: collect leaves of different shapes and paste it in a book or paper. Children, have you observed any plants that doesn't bear flowers? There are certain plants that do not ever produce flowers. They are called non-flowering plants. Examples of non-flowering plants are pine, cedar, cycad, fern, moss, horsetail, etc. Children, can you identify these flowers? These are water lilies. They are aquatic plants. Plants living in water are called aquatic plants. There are different varieties of aquatic plants. For example, lotus, hyacinth, floating heart, azolla, fairy moss, duckweed, etc. Students, you might have seen lotus floating in lakes and ponds. These plants show various adaptation to live in water. Lotus plants have long and hollow stem, which attaches the plant to the base of the pond. Roots are short. Leaves are wide and disc-shaped, thus help the plant to float on the water surface. Some aquatic plants remain submerged in the water. Example, hydrilla. Activity: collect 4 pictures of non-flowering plants and aquatic plants. Paste it in book or paper. Thank you. Hope all of you enjoyed today's class. We will continue in the next class. Thank you.